Well, let's get stuck into the first game, and we kick off on Saturday at Cbus Stadium on the Gold Coast for the Titans facing the new Queensland rivals. It's the North Queensland Cowboys. Shawnee, looking at that Titans first, there's been a lot of speculation which position Ivania Palidi was going to end up in. She's gone into the fullback position for this game. What do you make of that back line, looking at it there? The
back line's dangerous. I think if you put Niall Williams anywhere in a line, she's going to make an impact. And especially having her with someone like Vania supporting her, who can enter the line at any point in time. It's her own decision. That's going to be powerful as well.
They're very, I think they're kind of like a dark horse, the Titans. No one's really focusing on them, but they've signed very well.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a quiet confidence in there. I certainly can see the stars amongst the crowd. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, well, let's look over to the Cowboys. You covered off last week with Paulie that there are 13 players yet to debut, but they've got a very potent halves combination.
They do. So you've got Kira Dibb and Tallulah Tillett. They've got a lot of experience in working with each other in their Indigenous rounds. Yep. So I'm hoping that they've been able to build since they've played last, which I think was earlier this year. Actually, Tallulah had a little bit of a break with injury, so it has been a while. So looking forward to her coming back into the game and watching those two shine in this new team.
So if you were to take a pick on this one?
Titans, I'd say. There's a lot of experience there, although one of the new halves that they have, she's an up-and-coming 19s player who played in the Queensland team. She's also played at the World Cup for Cook Islands, so she wasn't available to play last year's NRLW because she only just turned 18. Ooh, so I'm really looking forward to what she's got to offer.
All right, you said Titans. All right, well, on to the defending premiers, the Knights. They're opening their campaign against the Dragons in Newcastle. And Shawnee, there's a vastly different lineups for both teams compared to last year. Where do you see the biggest battles across the field here?
Look, they're vastly different lineups, but it's not to say that there's any kind of negativeness in the players that they've lost. They've been able to fill their rosters really well. I can see the Dragons having a really powerful spine and middle pack. There is one particular player returning, Madison Weatherall, who's just coming back from having her bub. And in the trial run against the Dragons that we had as the Eels, she just tore through the middle. So I think that for the Dragons, they're going to be really strong through the middle. Their backs are backs that have played for a couple of seasons already. And then if we're looking at the other team, they're powerful as well. So, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you on this one then. Where does this one line up? Where's the game one in this one?
Oh, I don't know. Look, we've got Broncos players who have gone over to the Roosters. So it's going to be really interesting to see if the rivalry has gone to the next level. Amber Paris Hall is a huge player to lose, and she's obviously going to be in the Roosters squad playing against her old teammates. Although they've picked up Gail Broughton, she's going to add in a spin, and her and Ellie Brigginshaw have been working really well together, and it's exciting times.
Because that's the best thing about this rivalry. It's their two foundation clubs in the Broncos and the Roosters coming together, and there's been a couple of players that have switched. They were Roosters, now they're Broncos, there's Broncos, now they're Roosters, so the rivalry is still going to be very fierce. And I mean, you're talking about that Broncos lineup before. It's still so strong. I mean, you've got old heads in there that sort of know how to steer the ship and some really nice young talent.
You certainly do. I think that the old heads that are in that team bring so much of a foundational piece to them and confidence as well. I think that it's just going to be a nice battle to watch. Well, I wouldn't say nice, actually. It's going to be a really exciting battle, and you want to be watching it. It's a game to hold on for,
Now, we look at the Roosters in this side lineup as well too. They are stacked. There are so many Gillaroos, former Gillaroos, a lot of talent in this side.
I mean, look at the backs already. We've got the silky smooth Corbin McGregor returning from having her bub as well, which is amazing. I think little Bodie's 6 months old right now, so she's returning really fast, but chat around the grounds is that she's as silky and smooth as ever. So that's going to be a great return. And you've got Tara Nakin coming over. Having her up against Ellie Brigginshaw is going to be really interesting as well. And a big name on there as well too, Millie Boyle. I think it's going to be interesting to see what her dynamic brings to that side as well. Millie Boyle has really matured in the way that she plays, so I'm suspecting she's going to play a very smart game, knowing how powerful the forward pack is from the Broncos from experience. So a very intelligent game that's going to come from Millie Boyle.
All right, well, let's look at the next game, one you're featuring in as well too. It's the Eels taking on on West Tigers on Sunday at lunchtime at CommBank Stadium. I don't want you to give too much away, but how are the girls getting on in the final week leading into this one?
You know, this week has been all about the work's been done.
Yep.
We are finding great fluidity throughout our team, and it's just about enjoying this part of the process for us right now.
Yep.
We don't want to get too excited too early. We're exhausted before the game even comes around. So just enjoying that process. Everyone's in a really good headspace. We've had our team lineup announcements where there's lots to congratulate and people to be proud of. So it's a really cool moment.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing that moment happen. Let's look over to the West Tigers. They're littered with experience as well too. A lot of familiar faces. What are you expecting as the Eels from this side? As the Eels?
I think that we're going to see a lot of strike force from their back line. So Ricky Horn, she's someone to watch out for. You can't sleep on her.
Yep.
Oh, she's so powerful and so fast. She's definitely going to challenge us. We already know that.
Yep.
But there's Ebony, who's in the middle. She's actually really good at picking her moments. Amazing footwork, someone that I feel is a real threat to us. So, yeah, and then Botil.
I was going to say, your mate at the back, you know her very well. You know what danger she can bring to a game.
I know, so much danger. And again, without having seen her play, because this is her return, I think she's just going to come out with some goodies. Yeah, well, I'm not going to ask you who you're going to pick on that game, so you're safe there. It's Eels all the way, right? All right, the final game for round one of the NRLW Telstra Premiership wraps up with two newcomers. We see the Sharks and Raiders for the first time on Sunday afternoon. For the Sharks, we finally get a chance to see the new shift for Emma Tonegado from fullback. She moves into halfback. And then we also see Jada Taylor as well too. She slots into that fullback position as well too. What are you excited about with Emma moving into this new role? Well, we all know that Emma's got a really fierce ball-playing game. She's been asking for the opportunity to use that ball-playing game for a really long time, and now that she has it, I'm sure she's going to take it with both hands and just charge forward. She's had some time with Nico Hines, mentoring her, and I know that she's just been asking all the questions possible. So she's a very intelligent woman. She'll be well prepared, and I know she'll come out with confidence. She just seems like such a sponge of the game as well too. Like moving from the sevens, that's so far from where she was now. They obviously started with St George to coming into that side. Her steering the ship through that middle, and if you've got Nico Hines looking after you, that's some serious guidance. Absolutely, and I had the experience of playing with her last year at Dragons, and even from the back, she finds her way into the team, like into the line really well, and you can get confidence from her chat. So she is good at steering the team. Yeah, all right, well, let's look at the Raiders. Talent is spread far and wide on this one. The spine to a strong forward pack on paper, they look really tough to beat, and it's almost like they've absorbed that Raiders mentality of gritty football already. Yeah, I think so. We've got one of the players who is a daughter of Ruben Wiki. Yep. I haven't seen too much on her so far. But you know what Ruben plays like. I know, exactly, and I have no doubt that she's picked up the skill set and the mindset as well, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we've got like Zahara Timura. Yep. You know, she's in that team, and Samaima Tafel. So they are going to be taking the team forward, giving them that confidence and experience. Cool, calm, collected. I don't think you can get any more calm than Zahara, to be honest. And Z gets to play with her younger sister. Yeah. So that's a moment in history as well. Do you know much about the English girls that have come over? Like, as per the men's team, they seem to have recruited quite well from the Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, I don't know too much about the players. I did get to watch them. I was over at the World Cup myself, and they did have a lot of standout players. So I can say that I'm really glad that we have extended our reach and gone over and got those really quality, intelligent players and invited them over. Certainly going to do great things for the game, give them an experience, and they can take that back and maybe lift the game in their area as well, coming from World Cup winning country. So got to go well. Yeah. All right, for the real highlights, unreal action, it's all about to get real this NRLW Premiership season. Experience all the power on the field and passion in the stands as the growing rivalries become epic contests. NRLW Telstra Premiership is back for 2023. Secure your seats now at nrl.com/tickets.